made, whether he's willing to turn those over first, and then whether in your mind you need to do more than was done in the Iran deal for actually dismantling the both the uranium and the plutonium processes, and whether or not you had a sense that Chairman Kim really understood what that involves and had a timetable in his own mind of shutting that.
Well, David, I can tell you he understands. He understands it so well. He understands it better than the people that are doing the work for him. That is an easy one. As far as what he has, it's substantial, very substantial. The timing will go quickly. I believe you'll see some good action. I mean, as an example, one of the things with the missile site, I think you're probably surprised to hear that. That was a throw-in at the end, the missile site. But I really believe, David, that it's going to go very quickly. I really believe that it's going to go fast. And it is a very substantial arsenal. There's no question about it. You know, I used to say, maybe it's all talk and no action. But we have pretty good intelligence into that, although probably less there than any other country. You understand that maybe better than anybody in the room. Probably less there than any other country. But we have enough intelligence to know that what they have is very substantial. This is why, David, I always say that this shouldn't have taken place so late into the process. Wouldn't this have been better if it was 5 years ago or 20 years ago or 15 years ago and we didn't have to worry about not having a successful meeting like today? So, and I still love my first interview with you, David. I still have that interview, actually. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
If there is a second summit with Chairman Kim Jong-un, will it be in Pyongyang or Washington?
We haven't set that up. We'll probably need another summit. We'll probably need, or meeting, we can use a different term, but we'll probably need another one. I will say this, we're much further along than I would have thought. I did not think we'd be here. I thought, and I've told people, I didn't want to build up people's hopes too much. I told people, I thought that this would be a successful meeting if we got along, we developed a relationship, and we could have maybe gotten to this point in 3 or 4 months from now. But it really happened very quickly. A lot of that was because of the foundation that was, put down before we met. A lot of things happened very fast. We didn't have, as an example, bringing back the remains. That was not one of the things that was on our agenda today. I brought it up at the very end because so many people had talked to me about it. And I brought it up at the very end, and he was really very gracious. Instead of saying, well, let's talk about it the next time, he said, it makes sense, we will do it. And he knew, they know where many of those incredible people are, where they're buried, along roads, along highways, along paths, usually, because our soldiers were moving back and forth and they had to move rapidly. It's very sad. But he knew, and that was brought up at the very end, and it was really great that he was able to do it. A lot of people are going to be very happy about that. Yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Emerald Robinson, One American News. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice way you treat us. We appreciate it. Really, it's very good. It's really beautiful what you do. Go ahead. And now I'll probably get this killer question.
Well, I do want to talk about the future of North Korea.
It's all right.
Specifically the people. Kim Jong-un is saying he's wanting a brighter future with prosperity for his people, yet we know they lived under oppression. You showed him this video of what the future could be like, but do you have an idea specifically of the model that he would like to go towards? Economically, is he open to more economic freedom?
It's a good question. So you saw a tape today, and that I think was done really well, but that was done at the highest level of future development. I told him, you may not want this. You may want to do a much smaller version of this. I mean, you're going to do something, but you may want to do a smaller version. You may not want that with the trains and the everything, super, everything at the top. And maybe you won't want that. It's going to be up to them. It's going to be up to them. It's going to be up to the people what they want. They may not want that. I can understand that too. But that was a version of what could happen, what could take place. As an example, they have great beaches. You see that whenever they're exploding their cannons into the ocean, right? I said, boy, look at that. Wouldn't that make a great condo behind? And I explained, I said, instead of doing that, you could have the best hotels in the world right there. Think of it from a real estate perspective. You have South Korea, you have China, and they own the land in the middle. How bad is that, right? It's great. But I told them, I said, you may not want to do what's there. You may want to do a smaller version of it, or, and that could be. Although I tell you what, he looked at that tape, he looked at that iPad, and I'm telling you, they really enjoyed it, I believe. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. A couple of more. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Brian Bennett from Time Magazine.
Yes, hi, Brian.
Do you
Am I on the
now
cover
see-
again this week? Boy, have I been so many
Entirely
covers.
possible.
Huh? I know. That's
Do you
okay.
now see Kim Jong-un as an equal?
In what way?
You just showed a video that showed you and Kim Jong-un on equal footing in discussing the future of the
No,
country.
I think that I don't view it that way. See, I don't view it that way. I'll do whatever it takes to make the world a safer place. If I have to say I'm sitting on a stage, I mean, I understand what you're getting at. If I have to say I'm sitting on a stage with Chairman Kim, and that's going to get us to save 30 million lives, could be more than that, I'm willing to sit on the stage. I'm willing to travel to Singapore very proudly, very gladly. Again, I other than the fact that it is taking my time, they have given up a tremendous amount. They've given it up even before, and even add the Olympics to it. You could add the Olympics to the question. They went to the Olympics. They took an Olympics that was going to be a massive failure, that maybe wouldn't have even opened. And they made it a tremendous success by agreeing to participate. Add that to the list of things that they've done. So, Brian, if I can save millions of lives by coming here, sitting down, and establishing a relationship with someone who's a very powerful man, who's got firm control of a country, and that country has very powerful nuclear weapons, it's my honor to do it.
Are you concerned that the video you just showed could be used by Kim as propaganda to show him as...
No, I'm not concerned at all. We can use that video for other countries. Go ahead.
Mr. President, in the year 2000, President Clinton got a request by Kim Jong-il.
Got impressed?
Got a request
from
Kim Jong-il to travel to Pyongyang and meet him. And Clinton refused. He sent the Secretary of State Albright.
Yeah, he did a great deal. And he spent $3 billion and got nothing. They started making nuclear weapons.
Mr. President, and you, on the other hand, got the request and right away went here to meet him. And do you understand those people who say that you gave him the ultimate present, a legitimacy to a regime who oppress its people without an ongoing process before you, as the U.S. President, as the leader of the free world, meet, shake hands with this leader of North Korea who is perceived to be oppressing brutally his own people?
Okay, good. I think we just answered the question.
But do you understand this
I understand it much better than you do. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you very much. Yes.
Mr. President, Eliana Johnson with
Sure.
Politico.
Hi.
Hi. You mentioned a couple specific concessions that you got from Kim, the return of remains and the destruction of the nuclear site. And I know you said that was
And
an
much
add-on.
more, and much more than that.
Yeah, I know you said the last thing was an add-on and it wasn't in the agreement, but that he gave you his word. If he doesn't follow through on these things, what are you prepared to do in response, and will you lose faith in this process?
No, I think he'll do it. I really believe that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I really believe, and it was really the engine testing site, in addition to all of the other things that they've agreed to do. It was they have a very powerful engine testing site that, again, we're able to see because of the heat that it emits. And yeah, I'm able to. I'm very happy. I'll tell you what. I'm very happy with those 2 points, the 2 points you mentioned. But I think you might be referring to the thing that's not in, which is the engine testing site. I think honestly, I think he's going to do these things. I may be wrong. I mean, I may stand before you in 6 months and say, "Hey, I was wrong." I don't know that I'll ever admit that, but I'll find some kind of an excuse. Okay, one more. Come on.
But
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sure.
Thanks, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jennifer Chen with Shenzhen Media Group China. I just would like to know, will you call Chinese President Xi when you come back to D.C.
Yes.
To discuss about achievements you made today with
Yes.
China?
We had a great conversation. It was a very heartfelt conversation. Yeah, well, I don't have to verify because I have one of the great memories of all time. So I don't have to. Okay? Okay? Yeah, but I don't want to discuss it. But what we did is we've had numerous discussions. We've had very important relationships established at Mike's level and other levels. In fact, a couple of people are here from, as you know, from North Korea. They're in the room. We have a few people in the back also from the room. So when we went into this final agreement, very importantly, we really didn't go in cold. We went in with tremendous relationship and tremendous knowledge, and I think that's why we got it done. So I'm going to head back. I don't know about you folks, but it's been a long time since I've taken it easy. So now we can take it a little bit easy, and then the work begins again. And I appreciate everybody being here. I hope we've answered your questions. And thank you very much. And sort of congratulations to everybody, because this is really, to me, it's a very important event in world history. And to be really true to myself, I have to add, I want to get it completed. So Mike, our whole team has to get to work and get it completed, because otherwise we've done a good job. But if you don't get the ball over the goal line, it doesn't mean enough, okay? So thank you, and sort of congratulations to everybody in the room. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.